Hey Botticelli, and welcome to my Aquarius May 2025 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. I'm calling the theme of this report the top 5 things to know, just to give you all of the highlights that you'll most be working with this month and beyond. This is for you if Aquarius is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Aquarius placement you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And birthdays, like late degree friends, birthdays February 15th through the rest of the sign, or Aquarius degrees, 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Pisces report, as your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. All right, big news this month is that we still, strangely, have a massive amount of Aries energy, short and long-term Aries energy, including Neptune going into Aries for the first time in like almost hundreds of years. And then at the same time, about this Aries energy, Chiron in Aries is making a beautiful angle to Jupiter while all flooding your third house. Okay, so what does all of that mean? So the first thing to know is Aries energy is going to give you motivation, inspiration, ambition, rambunctiousness to get stuff done. Thing to go along with that is that we're finally in a time where the tides are going out. Okay, if you've been watching my work for a long time, you know that I've been talking about the personal planets being in retrograde, Venus, Mercury, and Mars, or in their shadow periods since around September. And now finally, mid-month, May 17th, Venus is done with its post-shadow transit. So from May 17th through the rest of the month, all of June, we're in this beautiful time, free from personal planet retrogrades, and also free from all retrogrades except Pluto. Pluto will go back retrograde, but Pluto spends half of the year retrograde, so we don't get that much up in arms about this. But the biggest thing to know is that the ambition will be there, okay? The readiness will be there. The drive will be there. The energy will be there. And all of this makes a fabulous angle to your Aquarius placements. These are 60-degree angles of opportunity. Second thing to know is that the tides are going out. That means that if you've been rumping and bumping around like a bull in a china shop trying to get stuff done and it's been one roadblock after another, now is the time to do it, especially in the second half of the month. Your big dreams and your small things that you have to do, your paperwork and your contracts and your engagements and your weddings and your moves and your changes of employment and everything that is a really, really big deal that you need the clarity for, that you want to have long term. This is the time, okay? The tides are going out, and this is a big thing to know. Third important thing to know is that as these Aries planets are going through short and long term, they are flooding your third house, including, like I said, Neptune. Neptune hasn't been in Aries since the late 1800s, and it, has been in your second house, probably causing financial mischief for around 14 years. So now that energy is moving on. And this is a big thing to know because you have learned your lessons there. Now, Neptune is bringing its spiritualization process, its dissolving process to your communication and to your relatives. So you will be further defining and discerning which of the people in your family are going to be ones that you can connect with for your expansion. Because there are going to be people that every time you put stock in them, they do something that takes from you instead of adding to you. And you will see a lot of information come out about this in the short and long term. It's very active with aunts and uncles and cousins and, nephews and nieces. And it's just a very big kind of family member type of energy. But this is also the house of mobility and communication. So as all of these energies are flooding in, the thing you need to know here is that your communication will be enhanced. Internet, in person, writing, speaking, anything that enhances your communication, devices, all of that is ready to be expanded. And if you've been waiting to buy a device or a car, now we're in a great time to do that. So May and June are fantastic for that. Just with the first half of the month, still kind of be aware that you don't get into something that could wind up being a money pit. So I like the second half of the month to be completely free of the Venus retrograde energy. But if you find something that you can check out really well, that won't turn into a money pit, then, there's energy in the first half of the month. But in general, the time we're stepping into, if you need a device, if you need, a car, if you need a new bike, your mobility and your communication wants to be expanded. So you will have opportunities to do that. And because of the lingering Venus retrograde energies, you may actually get a smoking deal on one of these things. So be on the lookout for that. As long as you can afford it and you're not going above your price point too much, this could be an amazing time to upgrade your life in those ways. So the fourth thing to know is that we need to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is having a lot going on at this time. First thing, Chiron, wounded healer, woundedness, the place in your chart, in your life, that is like the quiet thing that you don't want to talk about because it's interfering with everything and it's at the source of all of your problems. Jupiter is coming and making a beautiful angle all month. It's officially coming together in this configuration on May 18th, but it's such a powerful connection because they're slow-moving outer planets that you'll feel this energy all month. You'll feel it in April, you'll feel it in June. So really 3 months of a chance to heal old wounds and to expand in your life. Okay, so you may find your voice in a different way. You may find your expression in an expanded way, and you may really heal a lot that's been holding you back. And that energy of being held back may have also come up very strongly with the retrogrades. So a lot of this stuff may have been in your face, and you may be finally ready to let it go and to move on and to move forward. So Jupiter is going to finish its transit here in May through your 5th house. So you may have seen notable things go on in romance or children or creative efforts or hobbies or your bucket list over the last year. And you've got this last month of May to really have very strong energy in this space. Now, this is in the whole house chart. If you are looking at the Placidus chart, then you will have a longer time. Those of you in the later part of the month, so we'll say like basically the February born and the later in February, the longer you'll have Jupiter in this 5th house in your Placidus chart. But from the whole house chart, it's getting ready to move on. So these are 2 layers that are happening in once. And where it's going in June is to your health and to your animals and pets and your daily routines and your workspace and your self-employment and your office dynamics. So Jupiter is going to be starting to exert this expansion energy in that new space, even while it's simultaneously continuing to expand in this sector. So if you haven't found your true love yet, you still have Jupiter moving through the 5th house of true love for a little while longer. And now that everything is moving forward, your chance to meet someone new is expanded. So online dating all month, but especially the second half of the month for new people. If there's someone that you were kind of considering before and you're going back to reconsider, the first half of the month has extra good energy for that. But May and June may bring in your true love or expansion of the relationship that you are already in. So you can take advantage of it there. And if your health has been needing an update and an upgrade, then you're going to have a year of Jupiter support with figuring out why you're having health problems if you are, and figuring out ways to lower your stress and to improve your health. So Jupiter, that's the 4th thing to know. The 5th thing to know is that Mars is back in Leo, giving more oomph towards that 5th house where Jupiter still is, the house of Leo. And this is moving through your house of partnerships. So if your partnerships have gone stale, if your relationships have gotten stagnant, if you have reached a crossroads in your relationships, if you're, ready to move forward, ready to collaborate, ready to do stuff, Mars is going to support this. And Mars is going to be making trines with all of these Aries energies, making it very fiery and very productive and, again, very forward moving, because that is what this time is all about. We spend more of our lives within some sort of personal planet retrograde than we do with everything moving direct. That's part of why I inform you about these tides, because if you save up your energy for the times when the tides are going out, you can push out your dreams to go further and wider, rather than battling against the tides coming in against you when you're trying to push them out. But we're in that time now. Okay, so that's really exciting. Okay, so a couple of dates to mark your calendar with. May 12th is the full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. And then the new moon is on May 26th at 6 degrees of Gemini. So in those days towards the end of the month, you may be finding yourself moving around As the planets move from Aries into Taurus, you will find your home and family sector flooded. So things involving real estate and home and housing are going to be coming up. If you like the dates and you want more dates, go to anniehelpsyou.com, put your name and email address in there, get the welcome letter, click on the archive link, and put in the search bar May 2025 astrology, and you'll get my report. And about midway down, I have all the sweet and salty dates and my favorite dates of the month and the ones to be most awareful and careful of. If you want personalized reports, especially for long-term storylines, maybe things that you might not hear about as much in the horoscopes, because in the horoscopes, a lot of times we talk about short-term things, right? What's new this month? And these outer planets, they don't change often. We happen to have right now, Neptune changing and Jupiter changing, Pluto recently changed, but in general, those don't change very much. So you might not have as many insights into what's going on with those long-term stories. So if you go to anniebclarity.com, you'll see my outer planet report that's personalized to your chart and also gives you info on the general transits. If you want to learn astrology, go to, so that's anniehelpsyou.com for the newsletter, Annie B. Clarity, Annie, the letter B, clarity.com for the personalized reports, and beastropro, beastropro.com to learn astrology with me. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.